I agree, and that's a thought-provoking answer. I hope it helps to all the legal law students and everyone out there. So, what do young lawyers often underestimate about legal innovation?
See, you'll be surprised. A lot of people today who are trained lawyers today want to jump into the field of education innovation. Now, in fact, you won't believe that in one of my esport initiatives, we have two litigation lawyers who have jumped from litigation to be esport content creators. Today, innovation seems to be the hallmark for any future lawyer in the country. The future lawyer should know how to understand technology. The future lawyer should know how to understand the power of AI. The future lawyer must know how to understand the power of coding.
Absolutely.
These three are extremely fundamental for the lawyers of the next decade, which is what all the national law schools in the country must start teaching on how does a lawyer interpret a prompt that an AI puts in. The lawyer must be trained to understand whether that is a prompt that will make his case win or will make the case lose. What is the balance of probability? So, this ability of bringing innovative thinking through innovation and through technology is what the future lawyers must look at. And knowing the law today is very fundamental. And I think knowing the law is possibly only 10% of your career as a lawyer. As if you take the legal, if you take a lawyer's knowledge to be 100%, knowing the law is 10%. The lawyer of the next decade will be defined by someone who can understand code, can understand AI, can understand technology, can be at the intersection of technology and innovation, coding and law, and they must repurpose themselves. And unless they repurpose themselves, they will be left out in the race.
I think that's something every aspired lawyer should reflect on. So, if a law student or a young professional wants to build in a legal technology today, where should they start?
Identify the problem. You don't have to be, you don't have to disrupt. One thing that I've noticed in the next generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, all these other generations that are emerging, is that they want to come up with a disruptive solution. Now, today, the foundations of India are so strong that you don't have to disrupt anything. There are problems that are there which require timely solutions. So I would advise the future lawyers who want to look at legal technology to understand what is the problem that a citizen faces and see if technology can be the answer. See if technology can be the answer for courts. So today we speak about e-filing. Today uh, uh, we speak about how evidences can be uploaded online. But one of the key problems that I've noticed is what is the integrity of the evidences that is stored? What is the integrity of case uploads that you do, file uploads that you do onto a central server? Is it tamper proof? Is it tamper? Is it? Uh, I mean, these are all certain things. These are all various problems that people can identify within an ecosystem and try and solve that problem. You don't have to do things differently because today judicial system and judiciary is a fundamental pillar of the country. So for you to make an impact in legal technology would mean how do you make that day a lot more productive for the citizen or for the law firm or for the business.
That's extremely practical advice. So, looking ahead over the next decade, What challenge do you believe will define the future of justice?
The future of justice, as I see, is split into two parts. Of course, for your critical cases, cases that require judicial intervention, you need to go to courts. But justice can also be looked from the prism of technology, from the realm of technology. You see Middle East, you see the arbitration centers that are set up in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and a few other places. You have technology judges, judges who have spent their years mastering technology. So the future of justice can mean two things. One is at a certain pecuniary jurisdiction, I mean less than say 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs, you will have what is called as instant justice that every citizen can access like a UPI transaction. And then you have cases that require your presence to be in court, that require laws to be debated, argued about. Those for that you go to the courts. No one's stopping you. But if you can address the pendency of it through instant justice, like how we call instant coffee and instant delivery, the last mile delivery platforms, can justice also be brought into the confines of a common citizen's smartphone? That is what I would call to be the true judicial transformation. Because a guy who's in the village, living in Warangal or living in Gulbarga in Karnataka, he would not want to pass on the case as a legacy to the next generation. So can you look at how instant softwares through judicial intervention can be a catalyst for justice resolution?
Yes.
So, so
Uh, yes, sir.
so that is very important. That I see that to be very, very powerful. So instant justice for pecuniary jurisdiction below X number, and then you go to the courts, you argue which is your fundamental rights and your key cases that require judicial intervention through in-person hearing.
So that is the very important point you discussed. And that's a powerful question for all of us to think about. So let's play a rapid fire round. Uh, just explain me ODR in a one word.
ODR is one word.
Yes.
ODR is one word. ODR, one word.
Okay, okay, I got it. That's absolutely incredible. So justice in one word.
Justice itself is one word, Rashi. How do you expect me to put justice in a word? Okay, let me put it this way. Justice in one word could be soul satisfaction. Today, if you
Yeah.
go, today, if you look at the number of litigants that come to the courts, you will find them to be extremely fatigued mentally, physically, financially, and if you can provide a platform, and if the judiciary can provide a platform that can address these concerns, that is soul satisfying.
So can you please tell me one book every lawyer should read?
I would I would suggest, I wouldn't say one book, but I would say a series of books that our practitioners themselves have written. Neither Roses Nor Thorns by H.R. Khanna, which is a very, very powerful book. You've also got the books written by one of the best known brains in the judicial ecosystem, Rani Palkiwala. You've got those books there. But uh, I would say For the lawyer of tomorrow, I would ask them to read the book on Sun Tzu and the Art of War. Sun Tzu and the Art of War will shape your critical thinking when you're facing your day-to-day battles in court, or even the
That's great.
or even the Arthashastra by Chanakya.
I hope it will help to all the legal creators out there. So, one skill every lawyer should develop, according to you.
Patience and tolerance.
Okay, that's great. That's a wonderful note to end on. Mr. Aditya Shivkumar, thank you for sharing your insights, experiences, and vision with us today. This conversation gave us a fascinating look into ODR, technology, governance, accountability, and the future of justice. I'm sure our audience has learned a great deal from your journey and your perspective. Thank you once again, sir, for joining us. This is Rashi Adav
Thank you
signing
so
off from Lawchemy.
Thank you so much, Rashi, and thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much, Lawchemy, for having me, and wishing all your audiences the very best.
Thank you, sir. Signing off.
Thank you.
So.